Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. CM Punk is all elite and scheduled to make his second appearance on AEW Dynamite. What will Punk have to say, and what surprises can fans expect? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the first September 2021 edition of AEW Dynamite and looks at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, as well as the latest news including major news on NXT, more cuts coming to NXT, John Cena pulled from a WWE show, and more. The good. Brilliant build-up for the pay-per-view. AEW has a lot invested in Sunday's all-out pay-per-view, so Dynamite had to do its best to get fans excited for the event. Tonight's edition seemed to do the job, building up many of the show's matches and adding some twists and turns to them to keep fans guessing on what might happen, such as Billy Gunn's heel turn on Paul White and the Elite's beatdown on Christian Cage before his AEW World Championship match with Kenny Omega. Tag Team Transcendence. Thankfully, promotions like Impact and AEW have shown that tag team wrestling is not a lost art, as seen by the two Titanic tag team bouts on the first September Dynamite. FTR vs. Proud and Powerful was a great match that showed why tag team matches are about more than two wrestlers thrown together. They're a display by two teams who are capable of various double-team moves that separate tag team wrestling from singles matches. Santana and Ortiz are an underrated team that, for whatever reason, have failed to find their role in AEW. Hopefully, tonight's win over FTR will propel the team to the top. Of course, that wasn't the only tag team transcendence, as the Elite battled the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express in the main event, a great preview for this Sunday's AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. The match's ending, where Christian Cage was trapped in a steel cage, also served as a reminder that the Young Bucks will be on their own against the Lucha Brothers. At least they better, unless AEW wants to ruin the concept of a steel cage as a match where no one can interfere. Compelling promos. Tonight's promos showed how the gift of gab can serve two purposes: entertaining the fans in the here and now, as well as getting fans to buy tickets to live events or order pay-per-views. Dynamite featured interviews from some of AEW's top talkers, Chris Jericho and MJF, in-ring promos like the one from CM Punk, and incredible hype videos that instantly got wrestlers over and built suspense for their matches this Sunday, Eddie Kingston and Miro, as well as promos to show wrestlers' general badassery, Malachi Black. What was noticeably impressive about the hype videos and promos was that they didn't drag on and certainly didn't seem like they were used solely to kill time. Giving new wrestlers time, Garcia in 2.0. One of AEW's challenges is that they have many wrestlers to get over and little time to do so. However, AEW is willing to take a chance on these new wrestlers, as seen by its recent use of Danny Garcia in 2.0. The three wrestlers have been put into some big segments, including tonight's run-in on CM Punk. There's no guarantee that the wrestlers will get over, but AEW deserves credit for working with its younger stars. Total non-stop action. No, Wrestlelamia isn't referring to Impact Wrestling's forerunner, but pointing out the fantastic amount of excitement and action on tonight's show. Dynamite featured a number of segments with run-ins and brawls, the type of things fans never get tired of watching. Even better, AEW wove these segments in between matches and promos, making sure the fans could catch their breath. Malachi Black is badass. Anyone who thinks the WWE didn't drop the ball with Aleister Black should check out Black's new persona of Malachi Black. Black is badass as a methodical monster who has been running through AEW's stars, leaving fans to wonder who can stop him. Add in Black's hard-hitting style and strong promos, and you have another star to keep an eye on. AEW isn't for everyone, but tonight's Dynamite was an object lesson in how to book 2 exciting hours of wrestling. The bad. An odd heel turn, Billy Gunn. While it may be too early to label this as bad, Billy Gunn's heel turn on Paul White seemed to come out of left field. While AEW may want to build suspense about Gunn's reasons for turning, this was the type of surprise turn that would have been better served with a post-match promo. The downright ugly. Nothing ugly about tonight's show, and a template in how to book a go-home show before a pay-per-view. Tonight's show featured exciting promos and hype videos to build up matches, in-ring action including run-ins, and a good sense of pacing to keep fans from being bored or overloaded. This week's show was a noticeable improvement from last week's show that only featured one marquee match. News. Is NXT dead? Topping today's news, should fans be ready to say rest in peace for NXT? As the saying goes, read it and weep, suckers, as the Wrestling Observer's website is reporting, Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard will be behind big decisions going forward with NXT. The story noted that Bryan Alvarez reported on today's Wrestling Observer Live that NXT will be a McMahon-Pritchard production when the brand returns to live shows. However, like most things in WWE, there's a bit of uncertainty about what's next. Dave Meltzer recently observed, "The story that Vince and Bruce would be executive producers I was told is not the case, but then again, I don't even know who knows what right now because everything is in transition. Most of the people in NXT don't know anything, but I was told that the big picture stuff, they're taking over. The new logo is, from what I had heard, Kevin Dunn, but it's from that side. The major stuff, it's gonna be them, but they're not gonna be producing every segment of the show, I don't think. That may be wrong." For now, it looks like Vinnie Mac and the former Brother Love will serve in key roles, with Diamond Dave Meltzer reporting McMahon and Pritchard will be behind the big decisions, not the little ones, and will be behind marketing, promotion, and direction. Their role in booking may only be regarding those at the top. However, anyone who knows Vince McMahon and his reputation for micromanaging the WWE has to be cautious about whether McMahon will in fact focus on the aforementioned areas or throw himself into other areas of the show. Bryan Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live that it's gonna be like the old NXT. I've heard from several people now that when they go back to live shows, this is going to be a McMahon-Pritchard production. Fans have heard that NXT was being revamped, reportedly with the goal of producing main event stars who are bigger and younger than some of the stars who have come from NXT of late. NXT also got a new logo, and rumor has it the WWE has been working on building a new set for the show. Add in the news that Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are taking things over, and it's clear that big changes seem to be in store for NXT. The problem is that fans have no idea what to expect until the new episodes air. This new direction for NXT poses a number of problems, including how much McMahon and Pritchard's new job duties on NXT will impact their roles on Raw and SmackDown. The biggest problem is whether McMahon plans on making sweeping changes to NXT. If so, does he have a plan in mind, or is he going to use what he sees as that old McMahon magic, i.e. winging it as he tries to figure things out? Also, will Triple H have any real role in keeping the elements of NXT that worked intact once McMahon gives it a revamp? According to Dave Meltzer, Paul Levesque certainly has lost power. There is no doubt about that, and McMahon and Pritchard are going to be in charge of the big picture stuff. On one hand, it's understandable why Vinnie Mac might want to try improving NXT. The ratings have been weak since moving to the USA Network, and they've shown no signs of improvement. As for the show producing new stars, this is more a case of bad booking by McMahon on the main roster than NXT failing to produce stars. It's doubtful how NXT is going to produce new stars as long as McMahon continues his sorry-ass storytelling on the main roster, and the WWE has to ask how many current NXT viewers are going to stick around for Vince McMahon's version of NXT. Live shows will return on 14th September, and fans will get to see Vince's approach to NXT. What do you think of these changes to NXT? Let us know in the comments below. More NXT wrestlers getting axed? With NXT getting a makeover, there should be no surprise over a report that more talent is on its way out the door. According to Bryan Alvarez, some veterans are soon going to be released. I've heard names on the chopping block, and you don't know until it happens, but I've definitely heard names. A lot of the guys who have been there for a long time, those are the names that have been talked about. Will the WWE make call-ups from the Performance Center if veterans are future endeavored? If so, who do you think will make it to TV? Cena pulled from Broken Skull sessions. Looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin's interview with John Cena won't be airing as scheduled. John Cena's recent WWE return jump-started the promotion's summer shows, leading to his dream match against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Although Cena had to return to Hollywood to continue his growing acting career, he was reportedly scheduled to appear on the WWE Network's Broken Skull sessions. Cultaholic's Mitch Wadden reports, Cena's chat with Austin for his extended interview show had been noted as listed on the Peacock schedule as being a new addition for September, and had been scheduled to premiere on Sunday, 26 September 2021 on Peacock in the United States and WWE Network across the world. However, PW Insider is reporting that Cena's show has been pulled from the schedule and that an episode featuring Seth Rollins will air in its place. No word at this point as to why Cena's show was removed. Braun Strowman's big announcement. Last but not least, Adam Scherr, aka WWE superstar Braun Strowman, has finally made his big announcement regarding what's next for his wrestling career following his WWE release. Scherr revealed that he will appear on EC3's program Free the Narrative 2. Free the Narrative's press release describes the event as follows. Free the Narrative is a series that tells original and personal stories with some of professional wrestling's biggest names and those yet known. Free the Narrative is completely independent of any wrestling promotion. Set to an original score, FTN blends professional wrestling, cinema, and harsh reality in what will become the true definition of creative freedom for an industry that desperately needs it and any performer that truly seeks it. The press release noted that there will be other figures from wrestling involved as well. Does this sound like something you'd be willing to check out? Well guys, there you have it, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly from the 1st September 2021 Dynamite. What did you think of the show? Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.